Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Blessings and greetings to each and every one of y'all. I had to come up here real quick. I had to go to the doctor this morning. Well, let me I'm gonna wait for y'all to get up here for a minute. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. So today, y'all, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm getting a cold or what. And no, I ain't got no COVID. But I'm getting a cold. And I'm trying to doctor on myself. Hey, my friend. I pray that you're doing well. There go my baby, Tyrell. Hey, Tyrell. I love y'all. I love y'all. Sis, I'm doing okay. Getting this little cold. But I'm doctoring on it or whatnot. But I wanted to come up here to y'all, and thank you for asking. Wanted to come up here real quick. And there go Lynn, Miss Lynn. I love y'all. I love y'all. Hey, Lynn. I love y'all. I wanted to come up here real quick. And I was supposed to do it earlier this morning. And I didn't do it. And I was being disobedient. So I had to do it now. This morning, I had to get an MRI. Thank you, Tyrell. I had to go get an MRI. And if anybody has had an MRI, you know they stick, depending on what part of your body. I had to get my knees done. So if anybody ever had an MRI, you know that machine goes pop, 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 like that. And you have earplugs in. And this is going to sound crazy to some of y'all. But you got to understand, if God used a donkey, God can use anybody or anything. So while I was in the machine and it kept going, pop, 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 I kept hearing pull, 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 pull. So okay, God. So God wanted me to come up here and encourage somebody. It is time. And when I say this, I have my best friend here, my husband. Anybody in the military will know what I'm saying. Pull them bootstraps up, lace them up, and pull yourself up out of that situation. Pull yourself up out of depression. Pull yourself out of low self-esteem. Pull yourself up out of insecurities. Pull yourself up out of life ain't going to be no better. It ain't going to get no better than this. Pull yourself up out of the trenches. Pull yourself up out of the lies that they told about you. Pull yourself up out of everything that they said you couldn't be. Pull yourself up out of that situation that you think has beaten you. But God is only using it to make you stronger. Pull yourself up out of those circumstances that you can't see no way out. But God is using those circumstances to build your faith. Pull yourself up. Pull your bootlaces up. Time. Stand up straight. And be the warrior that God called you to be. Because the Bible says that you are more than a conqueror. And when I hear that verse, I think about, what's the name? When I think about Napoleon and how he was taking over countries and Genghis Khan. And I think about all these different warriors, these different, what they call conquerors. I think about Hitler. And I still want somebody to help me make that make sense. How is the perfect race, 6'1", 6'2", blonde hair, blue eyes, and you 3'11", brown hair with it slicked over to the side, a mustache. I want somebody to sit me down and make that make sense to me. How are you saying that? I'm sorry, y'all. That's a whole nother video, but it just to this day, 49 years old, I'm still trying to understand how someone got people to follow him, and he's saying what the perfect race was, and he looked the opposite of that. But then when you can hold somebody's attention and they can hang on to your every word, and they already don't know who they are, that's how you get occults. That's it. That's how you get people in these occults, because they don't even know who they are. So the first time they hear somebody that says something that sounds good and pleasing to their flesh, because it ain't the spirit, they fall for it. So what am I saying? Pull yourself up out of that situation, whatever it is. Whatever you're going through, pull yourself up out of it. There it is. Pull yourself up out of it. God has given you power and dominion and authority. I'm sorry. He's given you the power and the authority. See, sometimes we want everybody to come rescue us. I saw a cartoon, and I think it was a man. He was in the water, and he was talking about he was drowning, but it wasn't but 3 feet of water. All he had to do was stand up, and the water probably would have came to his calf. What am I saying? Stop always waiting for somebody to come rescue you. Stop always waiting for somebody to come pull you. Stop waiting for somebody to push and press and prime and do all this other stuff, when all you got to do is stand up. Because what you sitting in ain't as deep as you think it is. It's really not. That water that you think is about to overtake you, that water that you think you about to drown, that water ain't about 2 or 3 feet. But it looks high because you sitting down in it, or you laying down in it, and it's around your neck or it's around your chest. When all actuality is, all you have to do is stand up, and you will be over the water. So what am I saying? Stand up. Pull yourself up. You're in control of that situation. Why? Because God already gave you the authority. He said that you will trample over serpents and scorpions, and they won't hurt you. Now, I ain't talking about that foolishness you be seeing on TV where they grabbing them snakes and they up there talking about praise the Lord and all that. And then, we ain't talking about that. But I'm just saying, if you happen to be walking and you don't see one, like, honey, help me, Paul was getting the wood. Yeah. He was getting the wood. He didn't purposely go look for a snake and put it. No, he was gathering the wood, and the snake bit him. He was unaware of it, and it didn't kill him, because he wasn't acting in ignorance, should I say, and he wasn't tempting God. We are in a time in our lives. People are hurting. People are suffering in silence, and they need your voice. And you can't afford to sit solemnly by and just stay stuck when you ain't even really stuck. And I'm going to say this, and I'm done with it. You have people that are in federal prison that has more freedom than we living on the outside. You have prisoners in federal prison that they are more free than us citizens living on the outside. Why do I say that? Because they know where they are. They know what they did. They know they got to do the time. They've accepted it. And while they in there, they're doing something productive. Getting their GEDs. Some come out with bachelor's degrees. Some start a ministry. Some, whatever the case may be. But us on the outside that's supposed to be walking around free, we have become prisoners of our minds. Because you still stuck on what daddy did and didn't do. You still stuck on what mama did or didn't do. You stuck on who didn't like you and who said this about you in 5th grade. You still can't. 5th grade. We in our 40s and 50s. And you worrying about what somebody said to you in 4th and 5th grade. You're still a prisoner of that betrayal. You're still a prisoner of that rape. You're still a prisoner of that molestation. You're still a prisoner of what they said about you. But I'm here to tell you, you got the key. How do I know you got the key? Elder, correct me. They said, oh no. I'm going to take it was the 2nd day. Because the 1st day he laid down. And even though he was down, he said, wait a minute. Come on, Holy Spirit. They put him in the borrowed man's tomb. Borrowed. That's another video. We ain't going there with that. So the 1st day he laid down. But then he realized, I still got to be about my Father's business. Because my purpose ain't over yet. So on that 2nd day, what they call purgatory, he went and got the keys. So on that 3rd day, he rose with all power and said, I got the keys. And see, as you mature in the word, I always thought they was talking about something like this. Yeah, I thought they was talking about these keys. He went and snatched the keys. It ain't them keys. That's another video. It won't those keys. But I believe what he snatched was the principles of being a kingdom citizen. To seek ye first the kingdom, and to know that all the righteousness will be added unto you. I think it was a key of endurance. That you can't give up. Perseverance. Consistency. Determination. Joy. In the midst. They had beaten. And was all of this stuff. And forgiveness. Because he said, forgive them. Father, forgive them for bless their heart. Bless their heart, for they know not what they do. I think it was forgiveness and wisdom. Those principles, the keys that he took were principles. And to let you know that the enemy used the same tricks that he always, listen, pride of life, pride of life, lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes. Those are the 3 things that the enemy used. He doesn't change them. He's never changed it. He changed tactics, but he always used those same things. You could be going through something in your marriage. A man. And he will put this fine swamp possum in your eyesight. to tear your house apart. Lusted eyes. Spouse may not be doing what they supposed to be doing. Now you need an affection. You want love and all that other stuff. So then you go in the store somewhere and I promise to God, if you was mine, I would love on you every day. I would rub your back. I would massage you. Lust of the flesh. Then you see you paying your tithes and you doing everything you supposed to do, but the Jones over there, they done got a house, got a car, got a boat, what's them things? Mountain bikes, all that stuff. And now here you go with the pride of life. I want that too. I want that too. And you going out buying this stuff. Now you got to work 3 or 4 jobs to keep up with the Joneses. See, the enemy don't change his tactics. Well, why they got that? You been doing right. You been doing this. You should have that. They shouldn't have that. You know they over there selling drugs. You know they don't even go to church. But they got the nerve to have what should be yours. Come on, somebody. It's real. And now, let me show you. He'll dance with you. And then when he get you out there in the street, he leaves you there. Because now you don't win and bought all this stuff. Now you're in debt. Now you can't sleep. Because you got 3 jobs. You got anxiety. You got stress. Now you got an ulcer. Because the more stress, the more acid your body makes. Now the acid is eating through the line. Okay, I'm about to go. I ain't even mean to go all in. Okay, Holy Spirit. Because you allow the enemy to get in. And then when he gets you where he wants you, he'll leave you. And now you sick with ulcer in the hospital or taking medicine. And now what we do? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Mab, no. We don't hold grudges, baby. That's taking up energy. When you hold grudges, that's taking up energy. You have too much purpose. You have too much to do for the kingdom. To hold grudges. To hold unforgiveness. Do y'all know how much... Let me tell y'all something. Do y'all know how much energy that takes to hold a grudge? Have y'all seen older people and they've been mad at somebody for 25, 30 years and they can't even tell you what they mad about, and they done aged and old and them wrinkles and all the other stuff? Grudges and holding unforgiveness. It's like a succubus. And a succubus is usually, well, a woman. And you know, what they call it, like a siren. And they get your attention. And when they connect with you, they start sucking on your energy. And they start sucking your blood till they suck you dry. That's what unforgiveness does. That's what holding grudges. That's what being bitter and angry. Because if truth be told, let's all be honest. Now, I ain't saying stuff that happened in our childhood that we didn't have no control over. I ain't talking about that. But as we became of age and we knew right from wrong, but because we wanted our permissive will and we didn't acknowledge God, we didn't seek his advice, a lot of the stuff that we have gone through in our adult life is because of choices that we made. Don't want to listen. Being stubborn. Gonna do what we want to do. Don't care what nobody think. And a lot of it is because we hadn't healed from stuff in our childhood. When we don't heal from childhood, we're nothing but a wounded adult. That's all we are. When we don't heal from our childhood, we are a wounded adult. That's all we are. And now you make decisions and you connect with people and hook up with people. And now you adding hurt on top of hurt, on top of pain, on top of hurt, on top of hurt, on top of pain. And remind you that wound is there. Because that wound never healed. So now that wound got an opening. And now you done poured in hurt, pain, hurt, abuse, hurt, pain, betrayal, heartbreak. All of that is sitting in that wound. Festering. Festering. Just sitting there like an infection. Just like how my toes was. That acid sitting in my toes. Didn't have nowhere to go. So what did it do? My toes swole up. I was in pain. And that's how we are. When we don't heal. And then we start making choices and connecting to people and hooking up with people. We're becoming infected. Oh, but there's a man. He's an antibiotic. I call him Jesus. Yahshua. Jehovah Shalom. Jehovah Nisi. A God that can come in and get all that infection out. But the thing about it, you got to want to be healed. You know when people get gangrene, they don't want you to cut that limb. You know, they would rather for the rest of their body get infected than to let somebody go ahead on and cut that limb off to save the rest of their body. God will allow your heart to be broken to save your soul. But some of us don't want to disconnect. We don't want that thing cut off. Am I going to lie to you and say that the pain of disconnect is more painful? And it is. You can get burned and just keep sitting there and let that burn sit there. But not until you go to the burn unit and they got to scrub that thing off. And then they got to put that white stuff up there and bandage you up. Yeah, it hurts like hell. But the finished product, you look like you ain't never been burned. And you may go through the fire, but you ain't going to smell like smoke. So I'm just here to encourage somebody. Yes, sis, I know the pain hurt. But you got to let it go, baby. Because it's not serving a purpose. All pain don't serve a purpose. As long as you're holding on to it. But once you let it go, it will. Pain doesn't serve a purpose while you're holding on to it. But when you start letting it go, you start finding out some stuff about yourself. You start almost reinventing yourself. Once you start letting that pain go little by little, you start finding out stuff about yourself that you didn't even realize. So I'm going to go. But I wanted to encourage somebody tonight. Pull yourself up out of that thing. Pull yourself up out of that place. You done stayed there too long. I done told y'all before. You know when a baby have a diaper on and they done boo-booed. Best do you know with Gabby. And the baby sit in that boo-boo too long. See, our kids grew up together. We ain't play no foolishness like that. But these young mamas, these young mamas these days, I'm surprised half of these babies got. I'm about to go, y'all. But listen. When a baby sit in a diaper, it can even be pee, sit in a diaper too long. That's where diaper rashes come from. When you sit in something too long, you start breaking out. You start breaking out. Whether you sitting in depression, you sitting in anxiety, you sitting with low self-esteem, you sitting with guilt, you sitting in pity, whatever you sitting in. If you sit in that thing too long, it can be grief, unhappiness, no joy, bitterness, anger. When you sit in that stuff too long, it's going to manifest itself. It's going to manifest. It has to. It's got to come out some way. That's why when a baby sit on a diaper too long and you take it off, they butt red and raw. The pee ain't just going to sit in their body. It's going to manifest. So the rash and the red butt is the manifestation of sitting in the diaper too long. So when you sit in mess, when you sit in hell too long, yeah. When you sit in them relationships that ain't serving you no purpose, when you connected to them friendships, and you the one always giving, and there's no reciprocation, you sitting in foolishness. You sitting in foolishness. You're not serving me no purpose. I'm not saying I connect to people to get what I can get out of them. No, but this is what I am saying. I'm not connecting to nobody that if I say I need, and my bestie will tell you, I need, I got you. Bestie, I need, I got you. Whoever, hey, can I get this? I'm not even gonna call her name. Real good friend of mine, my sister, my friend. I could pick up the phone right now. Booski, I need this. Before I can finish typing the number of what I need, she done sent it to my Cash App. And if she listened to this video, she know who I'm talking about. And don't run me down, don't whatever, but when I say I'm going to pay her back, I'm going to pay her back. That's what I'm talking about. When I need prayer, let me tell you something. I know who to get on this phone and text. Listen, sis, I'm going through this. I got you, sis. That's what I'm talking about, friendship. That's what I'm talking about. The reciprocation. And it's not always material or monetary things. It's prayer, something as simple as prayer. I don't have time to get on the phone to gossip. I don't have time to get on the phone and talk about people. People are going through real life issues. People are hurting. We ain't got time to be backbiting. We ain't got time to be talking about one another. Because guess what? Some of y'all probably sitting there right now. Why the hell is she sitting up here with a stocking cap on? Because I want to. See how simple that was. Because it's not about the stocking cap. It's about the message. See, sometimes we can lose focus and look at the messenger and miss the message. So I love y'all. Thank you, my friend. I love y'all. But listen to me. If y'all don't do anything else, this is day what, bestie? Where we at? 11? This is the 11th, the 12th. This is the 12th day of the year. We've been in this year. This is day 12. God has granted us 12 wonderful days in this year. Make the next, 344 days the best. If God granted you enough to give you life, you owe it to him to live your best life. Do you know how many people have died since 2020 to 2021? Matter of fact, from today, all the way back to 2020. Do you know how many people have died? And for some reason, it ain't because you so good or you look so good or you so fine and all this, or you got a good job or a nice house. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It's called grace and mercy. It is because of grace and mercy that you're here on this video. It is because of grace and mercy that you are still here today. It ain't that we've done something so good. It ain't that we've been so perfect and so kind and so loving and so caring and so compassionate towards one another. It is grace and mercy because we could never repay God. We could never repay him. So he had to extend us grace and mercy. He had to. Because there's no other way. We could never repay the debt. It's unpayable. So tonight, I'm asking y'all, I'm begging y'all, please share this video. That's the seed I want y'all to sow. I don't get up here and ask for money, but I want you to sow a seed of sharing this video. That's what I want you to do. That's sowing. That's sowing into somebody's life. I don't need your money. I want you to sow by sharing this video because somebody needs to hear it. It's time to pull yourself up. Pull yourself up out of that stuff and walk it out. You've been sitting too long. You've been laying down too long. You've been wallowing in self-pity for too long. You've been wallowing in guilt. You've been wallowing in woe is me. You've been wallowing in this. When sometimes we got to look at ourselves and say, why did we allow that? Why did I do that? Why did I let him do that? Why did I let her do this? Why did I let them say that? We have to take ownership of our stuff. Because can't nobody handle us any type of way unless we allow it. We teach people how to handle us. We teach people how to treat us. We teach people how to talk to us. And it's called boundaries. And when you don't have no boundaries, people will run amok in your life. Pull yourself up. You deserve it. But most of all, you owe it to God. If he was good enough to give you life, you owe it to him to live your best life and become unstuck. I love y'all. Keep me in prayer. Keep me in prayer. I ain't got no COVID. It's just a little cold. That's all it is. Don't speak nothing over my life, but keep me in prayer. I love y'all as I pray and intercede for you. Y'all have a blessed night. I love y'all. Agape.